Thank you, Paul. Well, today we are keeping you in the know about the obesity epidemic, as well as a new clinic here in Peoria. So today, Dr. David Tennant with Family and Obesity Medicine of Carle Health is here to shed some light on this epidemic. Thank you for being here today, Dr. Tennant.
Of course. Good to be here.
Yeah, so we talk a lot about the obesity epidemic. What exactly, how big of a problem is it?
It's pretty big. It's about 40% of American adults are obese, and another 30% are overweight, and this is by body mass index, which is basically the number on the scale. It doesn't break down how much of us is muscle, how much of us is fat. There's a way to do it, but we don't usually. It's expensive and time-consuming and that kind of thing.
Okay.
But if you were, it's probably even higher than that.
Wow.
Just because, yeah, people tend to be deconditioned over the last couple generations and all that sort of stuff. So it's probably higher than that. But in any event, going with the 40% number, to put that in its proper context, about 50% of American adults have high blood pressure, another 8 or 9% have type 2 diabetes. So it's actually one of the most pressing chronic diseases affecting Americans today. Wow,
I did not know that. And what are some of the hidden problems associated with obesity?
There's a few, but I think sleep is probably the main one, or lack thereof. When the weight gets high enough, the rates of obstructive sleep apnea are maybe not quite 100%, but they're high. And when people aren't sleeping, nothing goes right for them. They're anxious, they're depressed, they're tired all day, they're not focused on their work or their family, at least not the way they would like to. They're probably gaining more weight, which of course makes the sleep worse. All this sort of stuff, and it doesn't even end there. It's associated with heart disease, shortness of breath, joint pain. The list actually goes on.
Oh, wow. So it's pretty severe, it sounds like. I mean, that's a lot of, that's a long list.
It's like a layering of problems, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. And what exactly, I know you mentioned sleep problems. What is exactly the correlation between being obese and having sleep issues?
It's a good question. So it's literally the weight on the neck.
Oh, okay.
When we sleep, our muscles relax, and it's literally the weight on the neck. It presses on our airway. Snoring is often a common sign of it, or just waking up several times throughout the night. Snoring is your body trying to force air through a tight airway. So, yeah.
Interesting. I did not know that. That's very interesting. And what exactly can be done to, I mean, I know people talk about, losing weight. They say that's one of the biggest solutions to obesity. I imagine it's not that easy, though, to just drop a few pounds when you're obese.
Oh, there's no question it's challenging to have, substantial weight loss and to sustain it.
Right.
I mean, so we treat weight basically 3 ways, right? Nutrition, medication, surgically. Nutrition's been around since, Hippocrates. It just goes back forever. And there's no question that the right diet is associated with some weight loss and maintaining that weight. But when people try to go diet alone, the failure rates, they're high. I mean, I think a lot of people have made an honest effort to lose weight through diet and then find themselves 6-12 months down the road at exactly the same weight that they were earlier on. It's a challenging thing. There are hormonal factors. It's just not so easy.
Yeah.
Surgery's been around for a generation. Surgery's great. I refer people for surgery all the time, but it's still surgery.
Right.
The change now has been the medications, which have gotten really popular over the last couple of years. And I should say, I don't take money from drug companies, nothing. I don't even take free samples, but there's just no doubt about it. A lot of them are incredibly effective. And, it's true that all medications have some side effects associated with it, but there's a big difference between the side effects being worse than the disease, which is where we were with a lot of the weight loss medications, figure 25, 30 years ago, versus the side effects, if you get them at all, are pretty tolerable, and the weight loss can be sustained for a lot of people.
Got it. Okay. And we're running out of time here, but my last question, I know we talked about a new clinic here in the Peoria area. Where exactly is that, and how can people get involved?
So my office is at the Proctor Professional Building, and the easiest thing to do is to just ask your primary care doctor for a referral to the Carle Obesity Clinic.
Okay, gotcha. We have some of the information right there. You can visit carle.org for more information. This was a very insightful talk here, so thank you, Dr. Tennant, for coming in.
Of course, I appreciate it.
Of course. We'll be right back. It's 12:50. Stick with us.